Hello everybody, thought I'd give you a review of my Acufast needles that I have been testing out here in the clinic for the last few months. These are designed from the ground up to be eco-friendly. The needles are not particularly nasty, but these ones are engineered to be absolutely as eco-friendly as possible. So the box comes with 1,000 pieces, so we're already cutting down on material by fitting 1,000 pieces into a box that size. The materials used are bamboo, so it's completely biodegradable and recyclable. Really nicely designed. Like, they've even designed the box. They're very good. All of our needles come in a pack of 10. So these are 10 and this pack is recyclable as well. Now I have a pack open. These guys, just before we go any further, these guys actually have a shelf life of 5 years. So as you can see, we're good to 2026 here. And the reason they're able to give the 5 years on it is that they sterilize their needles with radiation rather than ethyl oxide. And that doesn't mean these things are radioactive, they've just been exposed. And it's a way of sterilizing the needle. But it sterilizes it so well that you get an extra, I think it's 2 years on your shelf life for the needles. Also, because other needles use ethyl oxide, sometimes in that process, the ethyl oxide gas can leak, and that's not good for the environment. So that's another good reason why they use radiation for this one. So as you can see, it's been exposed, it's gone red. So let's have a look. I have a pack here open. These guys have their own little system. So they have this little clip, and there's a magnetic clip, just like a fridge magnet, and it clamps the needles in place. So what that means is you have your 10 needles in your hand, and then you can just bump, 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 bump. And it works really easy. It keeps your needles from flying around the place, so you don't have, like, if I haven't used a pack of needles fully, you might have 2 or 3 needles left over, and then some needles are up here, some needles are over there, and then you have to straighten them up before you use them again. This keeps them nice and tidy and handy. It's very nice. They also have a different, I'll show you they have a different guide tube. So some acupuncturists use guide tube, I use them occasionally. They're quite handy. So this guide tube is soft. And the reason why it's soft is it has less nasty plastic in it, basically. But also they have a process where you're able to pinch the needle inside the tube. And they have a process that you can watch a YouTube video on if you want, and to learn how to use these tubes in a really fast and efficient way using their clip system. And I don't use it myself. I only use guide tubes occasionally. But they have, this is a, really well engineered, well thought out thing. Also, these don't come with the packs. You might have seen other packs of 10 before. These don't come with a pack. You buy them separately, so you're only buying what you use. So yeah, that cuts down on the rubbish as well. So just to finish off, I'm going to show you what the needle looks like. Now this is a Korean style needle, and a Korean style needle has this is not going to be easy to see. It has a shorter handle and it is stubby, so there's no coil handle on it. Now in comparison, this is the other needles I use. So these are Tewa needles, and these have been my needle of choice for many years. They're an excellent needle, but as you can see, the handles are a little bit bigger. So I've liked these needles for a long time because my fingers are a little bit bigger and I can get a better grip on this. One of the reasons also that this one, the Acufast needle, has a steel handle on it and not a copper handle like this one, is that simply this needle goes through an acid dip to keep the copper shiny on it, so it looks really nice when it comes out of the pack. And as you can see, it does look lovely. However, acid is another thing that we don't really need more of in the environment, and so they did acknowledge that these were a wonderful handle. So these are good. These are good. but our steel ones don't require any acid dip. And so they went with them. So this is actually quite a nice little needle. I've come to the point now where I need to order needles, and I'm really torn as to which way to go. I really love my Tewa needle. Handle is a little bit bigger on it. It's actually a little bit more flexible there as well. Not that we need that, but I really like the Acufast system. I really do like it. I love the whole eco-friendliness of it and how well engineered and thought out it was. These needles were not just labelled and mass produced. They thought about these things right down to the nth degree. These are really good. These are an incredibly well made needle as well. I've never had any problem with them. They're smooth. Both of them are smooth. They go in easily. They're easy to manipulate. Both are great needles. And I'm kind of torn about which way to go, mainly because of that. I lose a tiny little bit of finger grip on the Acufast, and that is the only thing that's causing me to think about it. And from the patient's point of view, it won't make any difference. It's purely a practitioner thing. The other thing about it is, we see, so these are the two guide tubes. So as you can see, the Acufast one has a little blue tint on it, and it's a little shorter. And then this is the Tewa one. So the Acufast one is squeezable, bendy. This one isn't. You can't squeeze that. There's no way you're squeezing that. So this is just waste, one-time use, single-use plastic, or at least, there's more of it in it than this one. So I'm actually thinking I might go with the Acufast. They're a good needle, and I just love how much attention has gone into creating them. If there are other acupuncturists out there looking at these, I know we do tend to find a needle that we really like and we'll stick with it for like 30 years. And that's all good. But I wanted to give these a try. I heard the podcast with the guy who created them, and passionate and involved was not the word. He was absolutely fantastic. He's been visiting the needle factories in China and in Korea for years. He's been there since the very beginning of when we started importing needles into the West from China, and you can hear his stories about all of that and what they look like. But I think he's done such an excellent job with these. I really like them. I really like the packs. I like the 10-pack. I like the clips, really handy. I think I'm going to go with these guys. I think I'll give them a year. I'll buy a supply and I'll give them a full solid year and see if I get fed up with them or not. I think I'm going to be good though. Anyway, so if you're coming to the clinic for treatment, you may be seeing these in the coming months. I still have a few Tewa to get through, but probably in about 2 months' time, you'll probably be seeing Acufast being used a bit more in the clinic than the Tewa, just as the supplies circulate through. But so that's it. These are the little guys that you could be seeing in the clinic. They're excellent. Thanks, guys, and very best of luck. Bye-bye.